I have virtually nothing of substance to update you on today regarding just general stateside packaging, production, marketing, any of that stuff. Some of the product that I thought was delivered for testing wrongly delivered. It was not wrongly delivered. It just actually has not been delivered at all. So I was looking around the caves trying to find it and see who had picked it up, and then I finally went and looked at the tracking number, and it says it's out for delivery today. Actually, wasn't even out for delivery. It just says expected to be there by today. My contact where I bought the product from said it had already been delivered last week, I think. So someone wasn't checking the updates, that's for sure, or someone sent the wrong update. So no marketing stuff this week. Really nothing of production substance to update you on either. Get the frame taken out next week. Moving along on the dehumidification process. I'm going to my lab right now. I bought this little threaded. So I did buy some parts last night from McMaster Car that should solve the problem. But in the meantime, just because you always want to solve it today, I did buy this threaded rod with it's a 6/32 threaded rod with the same little hex coupling on there. The hex coupling, actually I don't need the hex coupling, it's just because I'm going to use a hacksaw to cut that little threaded rod at the end, because I just want a little piece of it. I want to see if it works. Before I cut the hacksaw that'd be wild. Before I cut the threaded rod, I am going to see if it fits in that little clamp fitting on there. And if it does, great. We might have a solution in hand. Bada bing, bada boom. Before I go to the lab though, I'm gonna go get a little spray bottle. The other thing that I'm doing is I want to test the vacuum on my spray dryer. I want to test for leaks. And the way you traditionally test for an air leak is you spray some soapy water on the fitting where the fittings are going on and your hose, or if it's like in the case of the spray dryer, the gasket and the door. That would be where you'd spray. Here's the thing though, I know this sounds crazy, but I don't want to be spraying my unit with soapy water like in parts of it. I don't want to be doing that. And if I find out that there's places where you absolutely cannot get liquid in there, I mean, look, the only places are the hose clamps on the vacuum pump, one at the back of the dryer, one at the vacuum pump, and then you've got obviously the valves on the side of the unit where you can do some secondary drying if you want to. It's not secondary drying, it's just non-freeze based freeze drying. You got those parts, and then you have the door, the gasket, and I think I mentioned all the vacuum pumps. So you got basically 3, on my unit 4, 7 places where it could leak. And so what I would do is just spray some soapy water on there, and if there's a leak, you'll see bubbles pop up because that air that's coming in is hitting those bubbles. That air that you might not be able to hear is hitting those bubbles. I've been trying to get a hold of someone at Vertus, like someone in tech support, just to tell me, hey, that's fine. Of course, spray some soapy water, no harm in that. Like, that's a common protocol, you know. But I think they actually have they use a little bit more of a robust method for leak detection. That's my wife. She, there's a house that we were looking at. We're kind of in a position where we got a big family, and we've kind of outgrown our space a little bit. I mean, I don't know. So anytime a potential sized, like a house with the right number of bedrooms comes up, you know, in our area, we look. Don't think the one that maybe came up recently is going to be, it's probably not the right fit, but whatever. You don't care about that. Anyway, I just was trying to get a hold of someone at Vertus. Here, you know what? Let's just see if I can get a hold of someone right now while you're on the phone with me. Oh.
Thank you for calling ATS Scientific Products. You have reached our service department voicemail.
Oh, come on.
Please leave a message and we will return your call as soon as possible. You can also...
Okay, so nothing happening today because it's 4:45 East Coast and everyone's just packing up for the day, I guess. Dude, this song by Alex Warren, I like it. I do. I like it a lot, actually. But I'm not even kidding. I've got Sirius channel number 2 Hits 1 on right now, and they play it like every other song. It's like every 3rd song they play it. Like every 4th song. Unless I can't decide how many times they're actually playing it. But I'm telling you, it's every 5th song. It really probably is that, actually. It's probably every 5th song. I did not want to have to stop here to do this, but I felt it necessary, and I don't know. I might at least just spray a little tiny bit of water on the vacuum pump. I'm gonna get a spray bottle. I'm gonna go in there and grab one, and then I'm gonna call my wife. And I don't think you want to hear all that, so I'm gonna stop it now. I'm gonna go inside, get the spray bottle, and then I'll see you at the lab, and we'll look at some stuff there. I got some stuff to show you anyway. So, okay, see you in a minute. Well, it turns out that I think companies like Vertus and, well, SB Scientific, I think they do use pretty high-end equipment to test for leaks. I don't think there's any issue using some soapy water to test for leaks, but I think they use stuff like helium leak detectors, or I'm looking at these ultrasonic leak detectors. I mean, I'd like to get one, but they're $1,000 for these things. I mean, this cheap little handheld one's 300 bucks, 320 bucks. I don't know, that seems a little bit, I get it, but I think that's seems a little steep just for this. Anyway, I'm at the lab here with my little magic wand rod, and let's see if it fits. If it does, we are gonna be putting this on the vise and cutting the end off, maybe getting the clamps back on. It's past 4, so you know, I'm not doing anything big. But let me just say this, it's 4th of July week. It's hard to get anything done this week. Not that I'm not trying, it's just things move slower, things don't, and I don't mean me. Every day I'm trying to continuously check more stuff out. I'm not taking any breaks over here. It's just the rest of the world is kind of checking out, and you know what? It's probably a good thing. You know, we need to take time as a country to just slow it down a little bit, celebrate our heritage, and be a little patriotic. But if you got a long to-do list, it can be problematic. I'm headed inside and do a little testing. Well, I had a little, not a scare, but alarm went off on here. I didn't know why. It was really just because of a power outage. I just unplugged it, and I think that was enough to trigger the alarm. I feel like maybe that happened one other time, but I don't know for sure. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and see here. Give this thing a test while we're doing this other stuff. Here's the moment of truth. Let's see if this little rod that I bought will actually fit in to this clamp fitting, or this clamp. I don't know what you call it, actually. So it's a specialized little piece that I have no idea what it even is. I mean, it's a female insert, but I don't even, like, it's a non-threaded rod with a female insert is what it is. That slips into this little C-clamp. Okay, this is the rod, and if this works, then I'm gonna be getting the vise out in a second, cutting it. So you know what, let me pause this. I wanna put on I did, forget that guy. So we want this end right here to fit into this guy right here. Does not fit. I mean, it goes in there, but see, it slides, so it's not what you want at all. Not at all what you want. All right, well, on the bright side, I don't have to cut this with a hacksaw. That's nice. I mean, it would stay. Kind of just want to try something real quick. Okay, not that clamp, not that clamp. That clamp right there. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not. It just slips right. It's such a small space in there that it's not gonna do what you want at all. Nope. Well, we tried. We tried to make something work before we got the actual hardware in, and it's not gonna work. So, well, I'm gonna put the vise on, but at least I didn't do that and then use this hacksaw to cut that rod, because that would have been a bit of a pain. and then to find out it didn't work. I was gonna do it, actually. I was gonna do the whole thing. And then I kind of had this thought, maybe let's just see if it fits before we put it in there, you know? It's not gonna go on that side. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing at all. This might be, I'd like to put it right in here, but let's see, I don't know if I have enough space with this little lip right here. Definitely not even gonna be close. I'm gonna have to do it on this side, I think. I don't think it's gonna even be close, but we'll see. No. Just make sure this other side does not have the lip. I mean, does, and it does. Could put it on the corner though. Corner's not a bad spot. Right, yeah, kinda like that actually. So I did find out I have some vacuum data on my dryer. When I first got it, I tested it out a number of times. I think I got to less than 25 millitorr in about 45 minutes. So if I had some leaks yesterday that I just wasn't aware of, then basically all I did was tighten this little hose clamp right here. I tightened it right here. Hope you can see that as I'm pointing to it. That was it actually, that was the only one. But I'm at less than, okay, that's actually a good sign. I'm at less than 200 and it's only been, gosh, it's been 7 minutes. That's a very good sign. I think it was taking me upwards of an hour to get to less than, no, not an hour, but 30 minutes. So that's actually an extremely positive development there, Frank. Okay, I'm happy about that. Oh, look at this. You wanna see this? So I got this, I've had this thing for a while. I mean, I'm sure you probably wanna make fun of me when you see this, but sometimes when I'm in here, I'm like, all right, let me just do a little quick check-in, you know? And so I thought, well, maybe what I'll do is just put this like on the shelving here. See this? I hope you can see it. Sorry if you can't. I mean, honestly, you're not missing anything. This is very awkward right now. I kind of want to get in there. Just a little, there we go. See, I thought like this would be kind of cool just to come check in every now and then. You know, maybe not. Maybe it's stupid, but I don't know. Maybe like right here, I don't like all the bins in it. It kind of looks janky. That's okay though, right? You can get a shot me at the ladder. We'll see. I don't know, I don't love it, but it's not the worst thing ever. I probably am not gonna leave this. Right now I feel like it looks stupid. Maybe I just need some getting used to. I remember this one time, my wife and I got this awesome Restoration Hardware couch. It was beautiful. We still have it. We still have the couch actually. 168, doing really nice, buddy, doing really nice. And when we got it, we were living in Dallas at the time. When we got it in the house, got it in space. I did not like it one bit. I hated it actually. I hated it. And I talked to my mom and she was just like, you don't like it because it's jarring. It's not what you're used to. And I was like, okay, maybe, but I just feel like I don't like it, you know? She's just like, give it a week to get used to it. And so I did, you know what, she was right. My mom was right. And I did like it, I still love it. I love the couch, it looks great. And maybe it'll be the same way with this stupid looking thing. This weird snake looking, whatever it is. I mean, look, it works great for its purposes. I just don't know that I love how it looks. Again, what do you care how it looks? I mean, I've got my C-stand right here, you can see. I'm gonna move it back because I'm not gonna be doing any work on the bench today. Well, I might as well kind of clean up while I'm in here. I did bring that kind of wild looking brush. You know, I'm really thinking some pegboard right in here would be good. Or right in here. Pegboard right in here actually would be perfect. Look at this. Where are these guys? See this? It's like someone's been nailing some stuff into my wall. Huh. Dude, I can see little holes through here. I mean, it looks like I can see light coming in. It looks like, do we share a wall completely? Is there not any overlap? There's a nail right here too. And right there, there's a bunch right here. Look at this shit. Sorry. Well, it's a good thing I don't have anything up against it. I'd wreck into it. I don't love this. I definitely don't love this. These feel more, they're supposed to be there. Maybe. Well, whatever. What am I gonna do? Cut the nails off? Yeah, but I think some pegboard right in here would be perfect, actually. I have a guy that I think could do a really good job at that. I might check with him on. Check with him on, am I saying that right? I mean, this is definitely some stuff they're doing over there. It's gotta be, 'cause I'm not seeing anything on this side. I just need some decent shelving, pegboard. Right in here would be really good, I think. Pegboard and then some shelving. I'm gonna check with this guy. He's the guy that made this. Looks so good, doesn't it? Looks so good. I'll see it all along this back wall. I think would be great. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have him come look and putting some shelving in right here. Even maybe along the, where the panel is, or the breaker box. Sorry, you're kind of just listening to me think through what I wanna do to get some more storage in here without actually adding anything on the ground. 129. Not bad at all. We're gonna be sub 100 here. We're gonna be into the double-digit microns, Millitor. And let's see here. We got 14 minutes. I bet we hit it in 6 more minutes. In 6 minutes, we're in that range. 124. All right. Well, it's a little not where this came from. Okay, I'm gonna run outside, grab this brush, see if we can start cleaning some stuff up. This is the brush I was talking about. Hold on, let's check this real quick. We're at 17 minutes and our Millitor is 114. I don't know that we're gonna go sub 100 in 20 minutes, but we got a shot at it. We got a legitimate shot. About to see how easy this is. Well, relatively easy. You kind of have to sculpt it to your liking, but you know. I bought another one of these O-rings. Let's see how closely it matches. I bought one, well, I just bought one from McMaster-Carr to see if, you know, it could possibly work. I saw it in there the other day and I was like, what is this? And then when I got on McMaster-Carr, I saw that I'd ordered it from there. Maybe that's it over there, actually. Maybe this is it. I don't think it was, but definitely is not. I mean, it's close, but not quite. I mean, I need that one. That's exactly what I need, the exact size. All right, where are we at here? Just under 19 or under 20 minutes. I'll have this banana real quick. No, we're not gonna make it. 107. We're close, but 23 minutes. 99. All right. That is phenomenal performance right there. Clean these bottles. Basically, this was supposed to be for like kind of a drying rack space, you know. So far, it's just become an extra utility table, but whatever. Oh my gosh, you see that? Got that nasty ass. That nasty stuff all in my mouth. This dried material should be hydrated enough to come off, I think. Let's see here. I've had to use this to clean a round bottom plastic before, and it actually works really well. But this is not on there. But this is on there pretty good. It looks still pretty dry. Man, he's having to do this. Yeah, it's wet. It's dry stuff. I mean, I don't know why I thought it would be hydrated at this point, but I have to let it sit. Might as well get the centrifuge put back away. Yeah, it smells good. It smells clean. Got one more spray just to be cautious. This as well. Good, good. Still getting used to having this on me and knowing what the good, like the right angle is, I guess. So I think I might have mentioned this whenever I was putting those plugs on up in the caves, on the kind of losing focus of what I'm trying to tell you while I'm trying to wrap this cord up. I think I mentioned that when you're making your own plugs, you've got to be very conscious of where the blades are going, because the way you should think about the blades, I mean, that's what's conducting your electricity. That's where your power is going through. Those are live, and you don't see them when you plug them into the wall. They're gone, and they make direct contact with your circuit and or with your other side of the hot wire, and then power can flow. What you could have done, you can see this plugs in to this VFD over here. What you could have done, and I didn't know this at the time. I would have known it if I thought about it. I just didn't even think about it. And you know, by the grace of God, I got it right when I did this. But I could have instead put the blades right here, and so this would plug into the wall, right? And once you plug that into the wall, those blades are live. That's a live circuit, or it's a hot wire. I didn't do that, thank God. Could have really, I mean, I don't know about that. That's 120 volt. I don't know that would have been too bad, but 480 up there at the cave, that might not have been great. I feel like I lost my spot right there. Did I have this? Yeah, I think I did. I think I had the centrifuge down on this level, but whatever. Doesn't matter that much. Thought something felt weird. Looking over here, I'm sure people are watching this and going, oh my gosh, turn the water off, you idiot. What are we at? 88, not bad. Moving along, 87. Saw it in real time. Yeah, we definitely when I tightened up that clamp down there, it was it wasn't as tight as it should have been. And so there was a slight leak right there. And now it's performing a lot better. And so I got the system down to sub 20s. I had 17 yesterday on a leak, and that took 5-6 hours. I bet in 3-4 hours that's down to 5 Millitor, easy, I think. Maybe I'm being a little bit confident there, but I don't know, maybe not. So I was looking at this. I was not diving into this study. I don't want you to get that idea, but I was looking at it, and what the study was looking at was CoQ0. I think a lot of people have heard of CoQ10. And what it was examining was, I think, its effect on some of this I'm gonna have wrong, because I just looked at it. I'm not gonna remember a lot of it, so don't take this for anything at all, except just me. You know, I'm just sharing with you something that I briefly glanced at. The study was looking at CoQ0's effect on, I think they're called H10 cells, which are simulated leukemia cells, or maybe they're real leukemia cells, but I'm pretty sure they're able to do analysis on them in vitro, which I think in vitro is in a dish. No, that's in vivo. I can't remember. I'm still learning a lot of these things. Anyway, I believe it was the results of the study were somewhat complex in some of the variables they were looking at, but CoQ0 appeared to, with the H10 cells, it appeared to what's the word I'm looking for? Initiate autophagy. So, you know, like cell death or cell repair, where cells are throwing out a lot of the waste in the cell housing, which I think can eventually lead to cell death, which I think is topsis, or I don't know. Again, like I'm all these things learning for the first time. And so, you know, you would think that maybe was not a good thing, but if you're talking about cancer cells, if they can basically, if CoQ0 has the ability to go into a cancer infected or a cancer riddled body and kill cells targeted, like a targeted therapy against cancer cells, where those cells will start to destroy themselves or go into autophagy or adiposes. Again, I don't know. That's kind of exciting. I don't know. I need to look at it a little bit more, but I mean, there's a million of these done all the time, and probably most of them really lead nowhere. But that one I think has maybe it's got some legs. I don't know. The shelf would be really nice about now. Okay, actually, see, that's how I had that when it just sort of collapsed on me. All right, there we go. Might as well get that kind of sprayed down right now. If I can take that off. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to clean this on here because this is a balance mechanism, and man, this really needed it. I've done a number of trials and just never cleaned that plate on there. It needed it bad. Look at that. I mean, some of that might be just like, I'm not getting that off of there without some heavy scrubbing, but I don't know, it's a little better, I guess. Not really. Let's take a quick look, see where we're at. 78, moving good, moving nice. I mean, look, if we get to somehow get to 22 before I leave here, which you know what, let me check the clock real quick. Let's see. We are at 5:09. We got some time. Next week, I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff. I'm gonna go get a dumpster in it because my fridge freezer should be getting in hopefully midweek next week. All right, maybe this stuff is starting to kind of dislodge a little bit. No, it's not. It's still on there pretty good. Is that it? No, that wasn't it either. I'm telling you, I've tried so many O-rings to try and make it work between the dust collector and or just the collector and the drying chamber. This is the only one that I found that works. I need to just measure the, okay, 1.7 ID. .08 OD, and then 0.19, 1.7 right there. We got one, that's it. Nope, it's definitely not the one. They've got one product that does it 1.7. That's it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's check this guy, see if it's started to kind of break up at all. It's not, man, it's on there hard. Might have to just let it sit overnight, you know? It is on there so hard. Okay, let's see here. Man, that's not one to come off at all. There's a little bit. A very small amount. Let's do this. All right, let's see here. Very sad news, this guy, this 6/32 is not gonna work on here. That actually goes in there, look at that. Are you kidding me? It doesn't go on the other ones though. Yeah, look at that, just spins right through there. Or falls right through, I guess. What about this one? One of these I checked, it definitely doesn't go in, but I mean, they should all be the same. Dang, are you kidding me? It actually, no, it comes out. Well, see, look. Comes right out. I just pulled it right off. This is too small. As opposed to this guy, which just, you know, it screws right in. Like it's tight, you know. I think I know why they have it this way. So it doesn't screw in anymore. Makes sense. But again, why not just get a rod that's all one thread? And maybe the reason is because it will. Well, we're gonna find out tomorrow if our solution works, or if my solution works. I don't know that it will, but we're gonna find out tomorrow for sure. The vacuum, good news on the vacuum is it's in really good shape, down to 63 millitorr, and it's like 30 minutes. So there definitely was a leak right here on this, this clamp and hose on the vacuum pump. No doubt, because when I went to go tighten that yesterday, it was like, immediately I got an extra millitorr out of that. Like it went down 1 millitorr, and yeah, about an hour it's taken to get to 65, which is really good. It's strong. It's not as good as, you know, sub 25 in 45 minutes, but it's still good. And actually, I don't even know how accurate that is. I think the last time I did that, I estimated it, but my initial data was less than 25 millitorr in 45 minutes. Where right now we're almost less than 60 in about 50 minutes. But again, I don't know. When I took those measurements the last time, how close that was, if that was a good measurement, or if I just got up and was like, oh, I think it's been 45 minutes. I don't know. I'm looking over here. I need to get some shelves. Like, I just have too much stuff everywhere. I want to get some, I'm gonna get some shelves put in here, I think. I've got the guy that put this one in here did a phenomenal job. I think I'm gonna have him put some up here, and maybe a little bit of pegboard right here would be nice. See, it's 5:25. It'll take me 30 minutes to get to the office. I've got no time to really do anything the rest of the day. 61. Yeah, we got a good vacuum. I feel good about that for sure. There might even be some other leaks here or there that I haven't noticed that could continue to optimize, but whatever. So I come in here a lot. Sometimes I feel like it's good to check in. I put this thing up here. I feel like it looks kind of stupid, but I don't know. I thought instead of just holding my phone, I would have something to come stand at every now and then and just say, you know, hey, this is what's happening. Just a little bit like, I don't know, more of just a change in pace on the way I kind of show things to you. I don't like the way it looks. I feel like it's kind of janky looking right now, but maybe I'll get used to it. I remember my wife and I used to live in Dallas. We bought this really nice restoration hardware couch. Still have it, actually. And we brought it into the house, you know, and I didn't like it at all. I hated it. I didn't hate it. I shouldn't say that. I just was like, it's not good, you know. And I talked to my mom about it. She was like, you know, you don't like it because like it's changed your space dramatically overnight and you're just not used to it, you know. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, that's not the case though. And sure enough, she was right. It was the case. And after like a week, I liked it a lot. And I love it still. It's a great couch. Fits perfectly now. 60. Okay. This right here is like stuck on there. So I brought my brush, but it's on there hard. I'm gonna leave that overnight. Maybe that will hydrate sufficiently enough to get off of there. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to put some sort of solvent in there to get in there and kind of break it apart, you know. 59. I like it. I like it a lot. No, it feels like I haven't been able to do much in here lately, or it feels like much of anything, you know. But that's just how it goes sometimes, you know. You get in these kind of like putting out fires in one area, and then the other area you can't water it at all, you know. It's whack-a-mole half the time. But I'm gonna be back in here a lot because pretty soon, once I kind of get a lot of these balls rolling, and when I get them going on like the pouch opener and diving head nozzle on the all-fill and new product. I forgot to get samples sent in for this new product today, by the way. That is really stupid because Friday's the 4th, so it's not gonna get in by the 4th. I'll probably it doesn't really matter. It's just the testing they're doing doesn't really matter if it has to sit overnight, but I forgot to get samples off today. But anyway, I've got a lot of things that once they get done, I'll be able to spend a lot more time in here. I've got to, because I'm gonna start doing, I think, daily videos for stateside marketing. I know that I mentioned that to you, but I don't really know what that's gonna look like yet, at least from a POV filming standpoint. And I don't wanna like do it where feels too marketing, like, what is that anyway? That was just the plug. Don't wanna do it where it feels like it's too like, you're getting sold, but I don't know. I've gone over this with you, I'll figure it out. What are we at here? 59 still, 58. I think we're probably gonna call it good for the day. You know what? I might as well put the VFD up, kind of wrap it up, be done with it. See, this is the other pump I have. I don't have an oil mist filter for it, which I need. But I think this one could really have a very good vacuum for the Virtus. It's my little Big Bertha over there. So I was reading this article. Well, it was not an article, it's like a transcript of an interview on Atlas Obscura, and it was about this urban explorer who he got wind of some caves that were underneath the city of Minneapolis. And oops. And I don't just mean like, you know, underground sewage system. Every city has that. I mean like legit caves. And he knew they were there because I think he saw some article about them. He knew they were there. He just didn't know where they were. So he's down. He's doing a little urban exploring at some point. I've got that upside down. And gosh, he's doing a little urban exploring, and he's in the sewers. He sees some like hidden off area, or it was like covered up, and open it up, and sure enough, that was the entrance. And so he found it. Like he found the entrance to the caves, believe it or not. And so he and his friend go down there. He says he first, like when he walks down there, it's like kind of earthy limestone smell. You know, like cool, like nice, like caves. And he's kind of looking around, exploring, and what was that? And he notices as he gets down in there a little bit deeper, like he starts to smell not good things, and that is, well, it's human it's feces, it's waste, and basically, I don't know if he confirmed this with like city planners or if he just knew, but you know, the infrastructure in Minneapolis, the sewage infrastructure had. Like it's got minor leaks all over it, you know. Not anything major, not where you're gonna have like a massive, wipe this down real quick, like a massive sewage backup anywhere or, in the city, but enough to where a little bit is gonna get out over time. And so down there in these caves, a mass amount of sewage had leaked down there and had formed basically a lake. And I think he and his friend called it the Black Sea. But I mean, it was like 100-foot lake of just doo-doo. And it's just down there. You know, it's like this bacterial mass that is just fermenting. These trash bags were made for this trash can, and they don't fit the thing very well. It's very annoying to me. The trash cans already don't look great, but looking at that is not super appealing. Anyway, back to this story. This 100-foot lake of doo-doo. Mass of bacteria just fermenting down there. The next thing he realizes, it's like 20 degrees warmer down in these caves, and that's because, well, you're underneath a massive city, you know, metropolitan area, and you've got a tremendous amount of heat. You've got buildings, cars, sun that's baking into the concrete and asphalt, and it needs somewhere to go, and so it's moving towards a cooler environment underground. It's cooler underground, and so that heat is going there. It's finding its way down there, and so it's about 20 degrees warmer down in this cave area. And the reason that's an interesting sort of like, I don't know, tidbit, I guess, is because I still am going to clean all these, by the way. I'm just kind of trying to clean up, get it picked up. I'm not cleaning, I'm picking up. The reason that's like of note is because, well, it's one thing if it's 50 degrees down in these caves and you've got a lake of doo-doo, but it's another thing if it's 75, 80 degrees down there because of all this heat coming in. Well, now all of a sudden you've got a very ripe fermentation environment. I mean, the sweet spot for microbial growth is not always, I don't think, but generally like in your 80 to 110 range, maybe 120. I'm not sure. I mean, like E. coli, kill step 140, I believe, Salmonella 160. So the window is, you know, fairly tight, but I don't know that it's perfect conditions down there, but it's a lot better than it would be if it was cold. And so essentially, you know, you've got, because of these caves, you've got a place where all this sewage is backing up or accumulating, and then it's fermenting because of the heat. And his sort of thought on it was like, okay, well, this is not good. Not with this buildup, people are going to be getting, because if sewage is leaking down into the caves, then it's going to be able to get back in, right? You have, like, the bacteria is mobile, it's coming out of these leaks, and there are ways for it to get back in, obviously. So I think his thought was, you've got all this heavy loads of fermented feces and bacteria that is not, it's going to be E. coli's and all kinds of things that you don't want in your system, and people are going to get more sick. That's his kind of thought. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's necessarily true at all. I think it's a fine hypothesis, but he was running into issues where, I guess I'll take that with me in this. He's running into issues where no one is basically responsible. And when I mean responsible, I mean like it's no one's job in the city to have to worry about that. So no one does, and you can't really get anyone to do anything because no one is going to lose their job if it doesn't get fixed. It's the kind of the issue with bureaucracy. You got to sort of make sure you got to have fail-safes in bureaucracy to make sure everything's covered. If you don't, then things are going to slip and get left behind. Well, that's what happened. That's what's essentially happening. The city's kind of closed off the area because it's become more well known because of Instagram and all that stuff. And 53, not bad. Tilt that up so you can see it. It's become more well known, and so they've closed it off so people can't get to it. But no one's wanting to fix the problem. And he was kind of like, I think he was kind of wondering, like, how do I prove to these people that there's an issue? And my thought is like, well, look, man, if you want to really prove that there's a problem going on here, most cities aren't going to have massive cave environments underneath of them. So if you think, for example, gastrointestinus, I guess, norovirus, I guess, is probably the key one that you're thinking might be infectious, then look at the rates of norovirus or gastrointestinus. I'm not saying that right. I don't know. It was something like some gastrointestinal infection or irritation that he was concerned about, that he thought would be more prevalent because of it. Well, see what the rates are in Minneapolis versus other cities that are in the north. I think you want to try to control for as many variables as you can. Climate would be one you try to control the best for. But other northern cities, look at the rates of them. And if they're significantly higher, if you got like a standard deviation outside the norm in Minneapolis, St. Paul versus, Cleveland, then I think that's worth looking into, Like then all of a sudden you got public health data and you can say, hey, Mr. Mayor, you're overseeing a city that's getting more people sick. Here's the numbers. I'm gonna give this to your opponent and you're not gonna get elected. That will get people to start making decisions and start spending money. You start telling people they're gonna lose their power, and gosh, have seen that ad nauseum in the last 5 or so years. Threaten someone's power and they'll do all kinds of things to keep it. Give them some power and they will end your life to try and hold on to it. So yeah, that would be a way I would go about it. I would try to get some public health data, see what we could figure out. Who's there? See these little stretchy things. I don't know. It was interesting though. I thought it was interesting, the idea of like a lake of fermented doo-doo underneath the city, and no one really cares about it. All right, we're gonna go sub 40 before we leave 52. All right, 5:42. Gotta leave here. I really want to leave here in probably the next 3 to 5 minutes. Centrifuge is up. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. What did I just do that for? Look at that. Stupid. Actually, I'm gonna put the pump up too, the peristaltic pump. I might have them come and put one more outlet down there because I don't like all the... Next time I have them come in, I'm gonna have them put one more outlet. Maybe some UFO lights too. UFO lights would be pretty sick. It's like pumps, air compressors. I got to get an air compressor for here for the spray dryer. I got to do that. It came with one, and I shorted it out when I was messing with the circuit board one time. That was a wild time. Those were very wild times. There's that. Another thing that would be nice, a little bin for all my cords. This is the same exact scale we got in the pack room. Little box, some boxes right here for cords would be really nice. What else? Let's take this back. These have been cleaned. I mean, I know they don't look clean on the outside, but they have been cleaned. So you can get kind of a look inside there in the tubing. Doesn't look too bad, huh? Actually, wait a minute. This was the peristaltic tubing. Why did I do that? I know I did that. Did it to clean it, that's why. Did it to clean it. Always gotta clean your tubing. The reason this rubber tubing is really nice is because, I think I mentioned this, but you can get up to like 200 degrees F in there and it's not going to melt. You can, you know, essentially sterilize your tubing without melting it. And that tends to be really good when you're trying to process things and you don't want mold and bacteria to overtake them instantaneously, which that centrifuge, there was one time when I didn't really clean that very well, and I think, like, I got my liquid out of there, but I was worried about it because I think within a day there was new mold in there, you know, or something. I don't know if it's mold, and just use that as a placeholder to something that was not good that needed to be killed off. It's not exactly clean looking, but whatever, I guess. Those are leaving, those will stay. Caliper can stay. Place isn't a mess yet, but it's definitely heading in that general direction. I'm sad to say, but you know, let's call a spade, shall we? Just temporarily. Dude, these spray nozzles are really great. I love the way they have that lag on the mist coming out of there, you know? How many times have you heard me say that? Probably a few. I was playing baseball with my kids last night, and we do 3 innings, 2 outs in the backyard. It kind of keeps you from getting out of hand. So it's 3 innings, 2 outs per inning. And then the run limit is 3 runs per inning. First inning, it's me and my younger son versus older son and older daughter. 2-on-2. Oh, there it is. First inning, 2 home runs. Your boy hits 2 home runs, and one is a 1-run home run. Bodie, my younger son, was behind me on that one. The second one was a 2-run home run. Ended the inning on a 3-run, or with 3 runs. Got out of there. You know, perfect, right? It's excellent. Okay, second inning. Second inning, they match. They get quick, easy 3 runs, and inning is over. All right. I mean, sorry, that was still the first inning. That was bottom of the first. All right. So move on to the second inning. Move on to the second inning. We didn't score a single run. I forget how it even happened, like who got out when and what and all that. Like, I think there was some bad luck in there, but that's how it goes. So it's 3-3 after the top of the second. Bottom of the second, they score 3, so they're up 6-3. Now we have to score 3 points to tie, and we also cannot let them score, which like feels like an impossibility. And turns out it wasn't. Once again, your boy hits a home run. I think it might have been the same thing, single home run, and then a 2-run home run. And now it's 6-6. All right, all they have to do now is score 1 run in the bottom of the third. They score 1 run, it's walk-off, they win. They could have a walk-off single. It's over. Well, guess what? We get a strikeout, and then a hit, but it's headed straight towards first, so I'm able to grab the ball, tag first, and 2 outs, no runs. 6-6, new ball game. New ball game. Let's go, as my son says all the time. And Lane Kiffin. Well, no, Lane Kiffin doesn't say it. Oh, no. Okay, so next inning. Bottom or top of the third, or top of the fourth, extra innings. I get another home run right off the bat. 2-run home run. 2-run home run. Or maybe I got a triple and my son Bodie got a double. I'm pretty sure it was a home run because I hit 4 home runs. Okay. 8-6. We are now in the lead. We are in the lead. We get 1 more point and we basically got this thing in the bag. All we got to do is just hold them to 2 points in the bottom of the fourth. Right, like I said, all we got to do is hold them to. It's 8-6. We score one more point and we're golden basically. We just have to have a real bottom of the fourth extra inning. All right, so no outs. I get another hit. I'm on second base. Son Bodie comes up to bat, immediately gets a hit. First or second, I think the second ball thrown, he gets a hit. And my oldest son, Thatcher, catches the ball. Oh no. I'm already led off second, a good 3 paces, and man, if you're a parent, you know it as well as I do. Your kids get to a certain age and they are just faster than you. Maybe not faster like in a foot race, but they just have quicker reflexes, quicker ability. Like everything in them is just moving in the right direction. Everything in us is moving in the wrong direction. Everything's getting old and broken down and tired, and hips and backs and Tylenol and you name it, man. Like we're looking back going, I wish that was how I was. They're just like cat boxing it all over the place, you know? Sprightly and quick and just boom. So he catches that ball, quick as lightning. I'm leading off second, on the way to third, like not that much, 5 paces, 5 steps. Boom. And he's on me in like 2 seconds, tags second, or tags me. I don't know which it was, but like whatever it was, he, no. He tagged second because I had to go back because he caught the ball. So yes, tag second before I could make it back there. And it was obvious that I was out. I knew I was out. So just like that, 2 outs, 8-6. And then I'm sure you kind of can guess it after a play like that. Like it was such a clutch play. I was really proud of him actually. Bottom of the fourth, they came and hit 3 quick home runs. All inside the field home runs, by the way. And that was it, that was game. So yeah, I mean, sometimes your kids make great plays and they're just better than you. 47. I think we'll call it good for today. I gotta go. I need to get out of here. I like what I'm seeing. All right, that will do it for today, I think. I don't think I'm gonna be able to check in with you on the way home, so we'll call it good. Okay, everyone have a good night. Take care.